Hey guys, this is Hard. This is part 3 of Phoenix Wright as Attorney. We are now in day 2 of the whole entire chapter here, Turnabout Sisters. That being said, let's get right into it. Well, Radiant Court.
Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Maya Fey.
Prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Miles Edgeworth. I better not show any signs of weakness today, or it'll be on me in an instant.
Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court your opening statement.
Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, at the scene of the crime. The prosecution has evidence she committed this murder, and we have the witness who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts of this case, Your Honor.
I see. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's begin then.
Let's speak.
If we may call our first witness, Your Honor.
Prosecution calls the chief officer at the scene, Detective Gumshoe. Witness, please state your name and profession to the court.
Sir, my name is Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm the detective in charge of homicides down in the precinct, sir.
Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder.
Very well, sir. Let me use this floor map of the office to explain. The body was found by the window here. And the cause of death? Loss of blood due to being struck by a blunt object, sir. The murder weapon was a statue of the thinker found next to the body, sir. It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon, even in the girl's hand, sir.
The court accepts this statue as evidence.
They're still calling it a statue. Alright. Now, detective.
Yes, sir?
You immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey, who was found at the scene, correct? Can you tell me why?
Yes, sir. I had hard evidence she did it, sir.
Detective Gumshoe, please testify to the court about this hard evidence.
As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There were two people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. Why? We had a witness account describing her. The witness saw Miss Maya Fey at the very moment of the murder.
The very moment, you say? Very well. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examine what? I couldn't see a single contradiction in that testimony. Hey, Maya just threw something at me. What's this? When my sister couldn't find any contradictions in a witness's testimony, she would bluff it and press the witness on every detail. The witness always slips up and says something wrong. It worked lots of times. I should have expected Maya, which knows some of her sister's tricks. Alright, let's give this a try.
Something the matter?
No, Your Honor. I'd like to begin my cross-examination.
Let's do it.
As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There were two people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. Why? We had a witness account describing her.
Hold on just 1 second.
Yeah?
If I heard correctly, you said you arrested her because you had hard evidence, didn't she didn't, right?
Huh? Did I say that? Me?
Yeah, I heard you say it.
I heard you say it. I heard you say it.
Exactly. What about the suspicious woman in pink's claim was hard evidence?
What? Miss May isn't suspicious and sure isn't pink, pal. Well, I guess she is pink.
That's enough. Detective Gumshoe. Do you have any more solid proof other than her claims, Detective?
I guess pressing can have its advantages.
Yes. Sorry, I got the order of things mixed up in my testimony, Your Honor, sir. It was something I should have told you about first, Your Honor.
Very well, Detective. Let's hear your testimony again.
Hard evidence. After securing the suspect,
I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Lab test results showed that the blood was the victim's. Also, there's blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote out the killer's name. How you like that? That's my hard evidence.
Before we begin cross-examination, I have a question for you, Detective.
Your Honor?
Why did you testify about this vital piece of evidence the first time?
I know. I'm real embarrassed I forgot it, Your Honor, sir.
Try to be more careful. Very well, the defense may begin its cross-examination.
a piece of paper next to the victim's body. What kind of tests were these again?
What kind? Well, I heard they take, little bits of the blood under goblins, hobgobber, hermagoblin bobbin. I refuse to testify in this matter, pal. I'm no expert on blood tests.
Yes, that is quite clear. You may continue with your testimony.
Thanks, pal. I mean, Your Honor, sir.
Detective Gumshoe.
Yeah?
I look forward to your next evaluation as should you.
Oh.
That was a mess.
Right! Where was I?
Okay. Detective Gumshoe, do you get a lot of cases where the victim actually writes the killer's name?
Sure, it happens all the time in books and in the movies.
This isn't a movie, Detective.
Oof.
Let's talk about reality, shall we?
I guess I haven't heard of many cases, no.
Don't you find it a little odd that the victim would write down a name? Especially the name of her own sister?
Yeah, actually, you got a point, pal.
Stop right there. The witness's opinion on the matter is irrelevant. The facts are clear. The victim wrote down the name of the accused. The victim told us the name of her killer. Order! Order!
That didn't go so well.
That's right! What he said.
That's his whole testimony. Okay, there has to be a contradiction in there somewhere. Let's find it. Okay, so I gotta look at the evidence. Okay, death was instantaneous. Detective Gumshoe, there's one thing I want you to clarify for me here. You say the victim, Mia Fey, wrote this note that she was accusing the defendant, Maya Fey. That's really what you're saying?
What? This isn't one of those lawyer tricks now, is it? Of course she wrote it. Who else could have?
You have it backwards, detective.
But backwards?
The victim is the only person who absolutely could not have written it. This is a report from your department, detective. Immediate death due to a blow from a blunt object. She died immediately.
But
no butting away out of this one, detective.
Order! Order! The defense has a point. Someone who has died immediately wouldn't have had the time to write anything down. Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain that autopsy report?
When? It was the day after the murder.
The prosecution's point being?
That autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor.
what?
A second autopsy was performed yesterday at my request. Death was almost immediate due to a blow from a blunt object. But there is a possibility the victim lived for several minutes after the blow. I received these results this morning.
No way!
Your Honor, it's quite easy to imagine that the victim did have time to write Maya. That is all. I see.
Damn you, Edgeworth. I should have known you'd have something up your sleeve.
Why, Mr. Wright, you look shocked. Something you want to say?
Mr. Edgeworth? I've heard there's nothing you won't do to get your verdict. What reason could you possibly have to request a second autopsy report?
Mr. Wright, the defendants will refrain from personal attacks on the prosecution.
No matter, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, say what you will, the evidence in this report is undeniable. Your Honor, I submit this report to the court.
Understood. The court accepts the evidence.
Well, Your Honor, the evidence strongly suggests the victim was identifying the killer.
I suppose that's the obvious conclusion, yes.
Darn, this isn't good.
The prosecution would like to call its next witness. This poor, innocent girl saw the murder with her own eyes. Let the witness, Miss April May, take the stand.
Exactly what part of her is innocent?
Witness, your name, please.
April May, at your service.
Order! An introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd. The witness will refrain from wanton winking.
Oh, yes, Your Honor.
This is not good. She's already captured the heart of every man in this courtroom.
Tell us, were you on the night of September 5th when the murder occurred?
Jay, I was, in my hotel room. I checked in right after lunch.
And this hotel is directly across from the Fay and Company law offices.
That's right, big boy.
Please testify to the court about what you saw.
It was 9 at night. I looked out the window, you know. And then, I saw a woman with a long hair being attacked. And one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. Then the woman dodged to one side and ran away. But that girl, she caught up to her and she hit her. Then the woman with the long hair, she kinda slumped. The end. That's all. That's all I saw. Every little bitsy witsy.
Well, Your Honor, I see. This is a remarkably solid testimony. I don't see any need to trouble the witness any.
Wait, Your Honor?
Yes, Mr. Wright.
What about my cross-examination?
I thought the witness's testimony just now was quite firm, didn't you? Mr. Wright, I understand you were Miss Mia Fey's understudy, were you not? You must know her techniques well. Her cowardly way of finding tiny faults in perfectly good testimonies.
Hey, how dare you!
Well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine the witness?
Yes, I'm doing it. I will gladly proceed with the cross-examination. Only because I have a feeling Edgeworth doesn't want me to. She has to have some weakness.
Very well, you may begin the cross-examination.
All right. Let's see. She dodged? Dodged what?
Well, the attack.
Please continue your testimony.
Which side? Dodged to one side. How do you know she was the defendant?
Huh? Well, you know, she had a girlish physique. Women know these things. Look, I just know, okay?
There's only one person at the scene of the crime with a short, girlish figure. The testimony is bulletproof, Your Honor. He's right. Hold on a minute. The testimony stinks.
What?
Miss May, I'm willing to bet that you are telling the truth. Are you telling the truth? Did you really see the defendant?
Yeah.
Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this?
Yes, what is the meaning? Someone tell me, because I'm clueless about this, I mean.
Okay. If you had really witnessed my client Maya Fey, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique. No one wears clothes like this on a regular basis, except her. And I'm no expert on fashion, but her hairdo looks far from normal to me. However, the witness's testimony mentions neither of these things. The testimony is bogus.
But...
Still, we don't know if she was dressed that way that deny the murder.
She was, Your Honor. I saw her, and so did Detective Gumshoe. What do you say to that, Miss May?
What are you trying to say, you mean lawyer? I saw what I saw. I just didn't think all the trifling little details were necessary, darling.
Miss May, the court would like to remind you that please omit nothing from your testimony.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'll be a good girl, I promise.
Your testimony again, if you would.
Damn, I almost had her.
I did see everything. I did. The victim, the woman allowed, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. She hit her with that weapon. I saw it. I did. That clock on that kind of statuary clock, the thinker, I think. Well, does the accuracy of my point not startle you? Tee.
How does she know it's a clock?
I only wish you had been so detailed from the beginning. Please begin the cross-examination.
Alright, let's see.
I did see everything I did. The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right.
Is that right, as in your right, as you looked from the hotel?
Which hand do I hold my knife again? Right. It was my right hand. Right. Right?
Satisfied, Mr. Wright? Please continue.
Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. And she hit her on the... Hit her with that weapon. I saw it. I did. That clock, that kind of statuary clock, the thinker, I think.
A clock? Didn't this come up in another testimony recently?
Well, don't look so sour, Mr. Lawyer. You can't win them all.
No, but I do have a feeling I'm onto something now. Miss May, what you said just now was quite revealing.
Revealing? Ooh, you'd be like that, wouldn't you, naughty Mr. Lawyer?
You just said that the statue of the thinker was a clock. But there's no way of knowing just by looking at it. Another person in much of the same position as you recently called this a clock too. And he was found guilty of murder.
Order! Order!
Miss May, can you explain how you know this was a clock?
Oh,
The witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concerns. Yes, of course. Will you withdraw your question, Mr. Wright? You will withdraw your question, Mr. Wright.
But questions are all I have, Your Honor. And as you may recall, I've caught murderers with these questions before. Well, only once.
Objection sustained. You may continue your question. You may continue to question the witness.
That was close. If you stopped me there, the trial would be over.
huh? What? So what happens now?
What happens now is that you answer my question. How did you know it was a clock?
What? That's... Because I heard it. Yes, I heard it say the time.
So, you've been to the lofts as a fan company?
No, hey, I didn't say that. Why would I go there? I heard it from my hotel room, tee.
The lofts is a fan company where the murder took place is very close to the hotel. She could easily have heard the clock. Very well, Mr. Wright. Are you satisfied?
No, Your Honor. I can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because... Your Honor, members of the court, it is inconceivable that the clock in question rang. That clock is missing its clockwork.
How could you possibly?
Just take a look, right now.
Oh!
See anything interesting, Your Honor?
It is as the defense says. This clock is missing its clockwork. It's quite empty. Mr. Wright, would you care to explain to the court the meaning of this?
It is easy. It is as you can see. The clock was empty. It couldn't have rung. Therefore, this witness is a big fat liar.
Fat?
Well, Miss Faye?
Huh? Quite a show for you put on for us, Mr. Wright.
He knew the clock was empty. Somehow. He knew.
I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty, as you say, it can't ring. However, we must ask, when was the clockwork removed? If it was after the witness heard the clock, then there is no contradiction. That's true. That is a possibility. The clock might have been emptied after she heard it.
And that is exactly what happened, Your Honor.
Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove when the clockwork was removed?
Yeah, yes I can.
Oh, impossible, of course.
I have proof.
What?
Wasn't it you who told me proof is everything? Well, I was listening. And now I'll show you the proof you like so much. The evidence that proves when the clockwork was removed is... Take a look at this.
That's a very cute cell phone.
Oh, you have a girly phone.
Wait. This isn't my phone. Listen. This is the defendant's cell phone, and it contains a recording. A recording of a conversation she had with the victim on the day of the murder.
Order! Order! The defendant's cell phone? This wasn't brought to my attention.
Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it.
The detective better.
Remember, he's up for evaluation soon. I gotta say, I'm starting to feel bad for the big fella. Let's hear the conversation.
So, you just want me to hold on to the thing for you then?
If you could.
I should probably tell you, the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame.
I had to take out the clockwork out. Sorry. September 5th, 9:27 a.m. Your Honor, I think this makes it clear the clockwork was already gone by the time this was recorded. Which was well before the witness even arrived at her hotel. Well, Miss May, would you care to explain this to the court? Just how did you know that weapon was a clock?
Well, it isn't it obvious? I saw the clock before. What store was that again? I go to so many. Oops, I forgot.
Wink.
So the witness has seen it before. That would make sense. Does the defense have any objections, Mr. Wright?
Yes. The witness claims she has seen it before, but this directly contradicts the piece of evidence already submitted to this court.
Well then, let's see it. Please produce the evidence that will prove the witness has not seen the clock before.
It's simple. The clock was never in any store. Ever.
What?
A friend of mine made that clock. Only two exist in the world. And the one that isn't here is in police custody.
Impossible, everything is sold in stores.
Miss Faye, I think it's high time you went shopping for a better excuse. Oh, excuses are on sale today.
What's it to you, porcupine head? That stupid clock don't matter, okay? She did it, and she should die for it! Die!
Whoa! Let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is a court of law, and the witness will remain calm.
Me. Did I lose it? I guess I did.
Scary.
Miss May, let me ask. Tell me, how did you know the weapon was a clock? Oh dear. Does the defense have an opinion on this behavior?
Okay, this is it. Yes, Your Honor, allow me to explain how I see the truth of this matter. Miss April May, you knew the weapon was a clock because... Because... This is very familiar territory. I'll just use the same approach as with Larry. Miss May held the very clock in her hands.
Mr. Wright, when was this?
When she used it to strike the victim. When else?
Order! Order! Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this?
April May, you killed Mia Fey, I say. And when you struck, the force of the impact made the thinker ring. That's when you heard it.
You truly are a work of art, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What's that supposed to mean?
It was you who just proved the thinker was empty.
Oh, of course it won ring.
That's what's more, the witness has a rock-solid alibi. Miss May, perhaps you could explain to the more misguided Mr. Wright that you were at the hotel at the time of the murder.
She can't prove it. She did it.
It would be my pleasure.
No way.
Yes, way, Mr. Lawyer. Didn't the murder take place at 9 at night? Gee, that's the exact time I ordered some room service from the hotel bellboy.
Incidentally, the bellboy corroborates the witness's story.
Ergo, she was not at the crime scene. Rock solid.
Mr. Wright, you have just made a serious accusation against a perfectly innocent woman.
Sorry, Your Honor. That didn't go so well. But if that's the case, then how did she know the thinker was a clock? Wait, Your Honor, I figured it out. There's one other way April May could have known it was a clock. One way alone, and I have proof.
Well, proof, you say? Then the court will examine your proof, Mr. Wright. How did the witness know the thinker was a clock?
Have a look at this.
Oh,
I found this in Miss May's room.
Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what this is.
Miss April May, you were tapping the victim, Miss Mia Fey's phone, were you not? Your Honor, this is irrelevant.
I'm not entirely sure that it is. Objection overruled. It troubles me that our witness was in possession of a wiretap. This is outrageous. Does the defense truly claim that the witness was tapping her phone?
Absolutely.
Even if that was the case, which it's not, you still have to prove one thing. Did the victim ever say that the weapon was a clock on the phone? Can you prove that? I think not.
Oh yeah? I think I can. It's simple.
What?
Here's my proof. The proof that the victim said on the phone was that the weapon was a clock was... I present the defendant's cell phone.
Yes, we've seen that.
Listen once more to the conversation between the defendant and the victim. Mia, what's up? Haven't called you in a while. Well, actually, there's something I wanted you to hold on for me. Again? What's it this time? It's a clock. It's made to look like the statue, the thinker, and it tells you the time. Miss April May, you used a wiretap to listen to this conversation. That's how you knew the thinker was a clock. Am I wrong?
Your Honor, this is ridiculous.
Your Honor, look at the witness's face. Does she seem amused to you? The defense claims an answer, demands an answer.
Witness, answer the question. Did you tap her phone? Miss May!
shut up, all of you! What gives you the right to talk to me like that? You lawyer! It's not fair of you ganging up on me like that. Oh, so I'm the bad girl. Is that it? Is that it? Oh,
That did it. The court's seen the real April May now. Now deal with the final blow. Miss May, confess. You did it, didn't you?
Are you out of your mind? Oh, wait, I forgot. You're a lawyer. You must be. At the time of the murder, I was in my hotel room getting room service. How could I have killed her? If you don't believe me, I'll just ask the bellboy.
Well, does the defense have anything to say?
Well, come on, think of something. The defense would like to call the hotel boy as a witness. There's something suspicious here, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it.
I think you've sucking quite low enough already.
I object to calling the bellboy.
Why? What's your reason?
Because I hold that the wiretapping had nothing to do with the killing. However, if you agree to one condition, I'll consent to calling this witness.
Condition?
If Miss April Faye's alibi is not called into question after your examined the bellboy, then you will recognize that Miss April May was not the killer. Thus, she is innocent. And thereby, you must also accept the verdict of guilty for Miss Maya Fey. That is my condition.
What? I'd better find something suspicious in that bellboy's testimony. Otherwise, Maya will be declared guilty on the spot. What should I do? Alright, got nothing to lose, except for, well, everything. Understood. I'll accept your condition.
Fool. You fell right into my trap.
Uh-oh. Wait.
Very well. The court calls the hotel bellboy to the stand. I believe we're ready for the witness to testify. He certainly does look like a bellboy.
Yes, sir. I received your summons in the middle of work, sir. I'm happy to be of service.
That tea set looks rather heavy. So without further ado, the witness may begin his testimony.
Very good, sir. I am the head bellboy of the fine Gatewater Hotel, in business for 4 generations. I believe that I received a call after 8 in the evening from our guest, Miss May. She asked for an iced coffee to be brought to her room at 9 on the dot, sir. I brought it to her precisely requested, of course. And I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself.
I see. The defense may begin its cross-examination.
Right. I'm ready. I hope. This is it. I can't prove Miss May was involved with the murder somehow. Murder now. Maya will be finished. Alright, here we go. I'm the head bellboy of the fine. Nine on the dot, you say?
Yes, I confirmed that detail several times. She was watching a program on TV and wished to drink after she finished, sir.
9 at the time of the murder. Precisely 9 then?
Precisely, exactly, and most definitely, sir, 9 p.m.
How can you be so sure?
Miss May was quite insistent that when it be brought then... Oh, bellboy, tea. I'd like it. Like iced coffee at exactly 9 o'clock. Something like that, sir. Therefore, I knocked on her door at the crack of 9, sir.
Why would she be so particular about that time?
And I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself.
Let's double check. Let's double check our evidence here. Alright. Press it. Are you sure it was Miss April May herself?
Absolutely, sir.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. As in, so very absolutely, sir. It is an endearing mannerism of mine.
How come you're so very certain?
Oh, well, when I brought the room service, the guest, favored me with an embarrasser, sir.
Embarrasser? Is that French for embrace?
It's French for kiss, sir. But not a French kiss, sir. More of a peck on the cheek.
Why would she have done that?
I believe perhaps she was momentarily swayed by my prim demeanor, sir. It was a moment I shall never forget, sir.
Sounds pretty fishy to me. I think Miss May was up to something. I wanted the bellboy to remember her. It's no good. There's nothing there. Is that it?
Finally, you understand. This bellboy has absolutely no reason to lie. Now, if you have any decency, you will end your rather tedious cross-examination here. That was a bit tedious. The witness may leave the stand.
I can't let this happen, can I? Wait! Please wait!
Yes, does that mean the defense have something to add?
One last question. Let me ask one last question.
Your Honor, I must object. This charade of justice has gone on long enough. Now, Mr. Edgeworth. Alright, Mr. Wright, I give you one more question, that's all.
Okay. This is really it. Now, this is my last chance. What do I ask him about? Tell me again about room service.
Again, sir? At exactly 9, I delivered room service to Miss May in room 303. The guest had requested iced coffee. $18 was the charge, as I recall.
I see. $18? Doesn't that seem a bit expensive?
Yes, well, iced coffee for 2, you know, and we don't skimp on the ice, sir.
What did you say? What did you say?
Rather quite.
Bellboy, tell us the truth now. Was someone else staying with Miss May's room?
I object. That was objectionable. Objection overruled. The witness will answer the question.
Yes, I see. Why did you not mention this in your testimony?
Well, sir, you, didn't ask.
Nice try. That's the sort of thing you're not normally supposed to mention.
Yes, quite indeed. It was, barista there, Mr. Edgeworth, who asked me not to mention if it was specifically asked, sir.
You fool. I've done it. I've won. Miss April May checked into a twin room with a man, correct?
Yes, sir.
Then, when you brought them room service, you didn't see that man in the room.
That's right, sir.
Your Honor? We just have learned another person involved who may have been the murderer. In light of this new fact, I hold that it's impossible to judge the defendant. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth?
And who, Mr. Wright? Who is the other person?
Simple. It was the man who checked in with Miss May. Your Honor, as has been previously revealed, Miss April May was tapping the victim's phone. Yet Miss May herself has an alibi at the time of the murder. However, that does not clear the man of what that was with her. The bellboy saw no one else in the room at the time of the murder.
My, what a convenient little setup, but it's too late.
Too late? I suppose you'd like it if it was too late, wouldn't you? After all, It was you who hid the presence of the other man from this court.
Upstart amateur. These accusations are ludicrous.
Enough! The court acknowledges the defense's argument. I expect the prosecution and the defense to look into this matter fully. Am I understood?
Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
That is all for today for the trial of Maya Fey. Court is adjourned.
Mr. Wright! You were amazing in there!
Really?
I think I might be your newest fan.
Oh, I was just doing my job, you know?
Then again, that other attorney was pretty cool too.
Huh?
That business with his eyes wide and trembling lips. It sent shivers up my spine.
If you say so.
So, what happens with me? Do I get to go home now?
Well... No, I don't think so. Not yet.
Oh, I see. But I got a great lead in
today's trial.
a lead?
That man with Miss May, he's the key.
Oh, I get it. What happened to Miss May after that anyway?
I heard they arrested her. I guess she's learning her charms won't work everywhere. She's probably at the detention center now. I may have to go down there later. Anyway, this case is far from closed.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to find out more about this man.
Do you think he was the one who...
Maybe so.
Sis,
Don't worry, I'll find him by tomorrow, I promise.
I'm counting on you.
I asked for a full record of Miss April May's testimony. I thought it might come in handy during the trial tomorrow. But now that I have it, I'm not so sure. Most of her testimony was all lies. In fact, there's only one part that hasn't been stricken from the record. I don't know how much good this will do me at all now. Anyway, time to hit the pavement and do some investigating. Maya doesn't belong in that detention center, and it's up to me to set her free. And that is it for part number 3. I can't wait for part number 4 you got, which will be the investigation more into the matter. We at least know for a fact that Miss April May is just a little manipulative asshat. Anyways, you guys have a great day. See you in part 4.